It's been a while, so time for some Eagle news. In this edition, we will cover the status of our teams and what is in store for the rest of the season. The PDP clinics are back. I'll update you on those. CAHA state playoffs are next week. Who's going? CAHA approved AAA applications last week. Who made the cut? Tryouts are 2 months away. I will give you a quick status on that. Next season, CAHA will implement a top 12 scheme for its AA league. Find out what that means. The CAHA Selects list has been finalized and 2 GSE players made the cut. These topics and alumni updates coming up next. I'm William Stone, and this is Eagle News. Happy Passover and happy Easter to everyone. We hope that everyone can find a way to enjoy the holidays, and we hope everyone is healthy. According to the state of California, the vaccine will be made available to everyone ages 16 and older by April 15th. That's great news. As far as our teams go, all teams have returned to practicing. The South was under some of the most stringent restrictions of any other county in California. However, those have been eased. South teams have returned to Valco for practices. All teams, North and South, have tournaments on their radar, so we have that to look forward to. Thank you for your patience throughout this trying season, and we are grateful that we were allowed to eke out practices and by adhering to the safety protocols. We have been constantly monitoring the conditions with the counties and the state, and we lobbied hard with the counties for variances. We should feel lucky because most of California youth hockey teams have had no season at all. Special gratitude goes out to Chris Hathaway and Larry Kahn for their diligence and hard work to get us any season at all. They battled and negotiated on an almost daily basis with the counties. So thank you guys, and thank you players and families for adhering to the COVID protocols. Our 14-2 and 16 combo teams are headed to CAHA state playoffs. Since head-to-head competition wasn't possible this season, CAHA handpicked these teams. The original thought was to pick 2 teams from NorCal and 4 teams from SoCal. So at the 16 level, our 16 team and Tri-Valley's 16-1 team are representing Northern California. At 14U level, only our 14-2 team will be representing NorCal. Our 14-2 team is currently ranked number 13 in the nation, and they just beat the Texas state champions last week. The other 14U teams going to states are the California Golden Bears, San Diego Junior Gulls 1, Junior Kings 1, who are ranked 5th in the nation, Rose City Pats, and the Wave 1. The 16s have their work cut out for them. All the SoCal teams are ranked in the top 40 in the nation. The other 16 teams are the California Bears, the Anaheim Ice Dogs, San Diego Saints, and the California Wave. Since games cannot be played in California, the state playoffs will be held in Las Vegas on April 8th through the 11th. Hockey TV will be streaming those games. Winners from states will move on to nationals on April 29th through May 3rd. The national venue for 14U is in Dallas, Texas, while the 16U venue is in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Good luck to our 14-2 and our 16 teams. What's going to happen with the rest of the season? Although CAHA state playoffs are coming up, that doesn't mean that our season is over. The season will barrel on to early to mid-May. Teams will continue with practices and, when able, will go to tournaments. Normally, we are preparing for spring hockey at this time. However, COVID has thrown the normal out the window. Instead, your current team is taking the place of your spring team. We are doing this because of the delay of the start of the season, and we wanted to make up for the 4+ months of the season we lost. So you don't have to worry about spring tryouts. Just hang tight with your current team as it continues on with practices and a tournament or two. A quick note about AAA, or it's also known as Tier 1. In order to have a AAA team in CAHA, there is a strict criteria and a process that you have to go through. A club must apply to CAHA for board approval. Last week, CAHA's board met and approved our applications for our 15-0 AAA and our 16U AAA. The O in 15-0 stands for only. This is a USA Hockey standard division and has its own nationals. The other 15-0 teams that were approved are the Junior Ducks, the Junior Kings, Junior Reign, Ice Dogs, and the Junior Sharks. For 16U, the other approved teams are Junior Ducks, Junior Kings, Junior Reign, Ice Dogs, San Diego Saints, and the Junior Sharks. With a Group 3-game head-to-head requirement, that's going to be a busy season of 18 league games in California alone. More info on our AAA will be coming over the next month. Yes, we are already talking about tryouts, but that's what you get when you start the season 4 months late. CAHA has set the AAA tryout date at June 4th and the AA tryouts at June 11th. There'll be more information on tryouts and how to sign up when we get close. This fall will start our 10th season. It's hard to believe. Look forward to some fun stuff coming in the fall to celebrate. Since they were such a hit when we introduced them last year, we are going to do the pre-trial clinics the week before tryouts again. So, the first and second weeks of June, there'll be multi-day clinics which will help you get ready for tryouts. These clinics are run by our GSE coaches, so this is your chance to show your stuff to those coaches ahead of tryouts. More information on these clinics will be coming in the next week or two. It's back. Our preseason development program, or PDP, is back for its second season. These popular clinics run a couple times a week and go through the whole summer up until the beginning of next season. The participating rinks are Cupertino, Valco, San Francisco, and Vacaville. San Francisco will be starting up their program shortly, while Cupertino and Vacaville will be starting in June. The clinics are for ages 8U and up. At each level, players will be separated by coaches into like skill groups. The PDP differs from our pre-tryout clinics in that PDP is wide open to a variety of players and runs throughout the summer, while the pre-tryout clinics are for tier players and are only the week before tryouts. Registration is open now for the PDP, so go to gsehockey.com/PDP to find information and the registration form. Our prospects program is for 10U players only, specifically players looking to improve their skills to get into the tier level. Since we were unable to run our prospects program during the season, we will handpick players from the PDP. Handpicked players will participate in additional clinics and possibly a tournament. Coming up this season, CAHA will be utilizing a new league format. We call it the Top 12 because ultimately the top 12 AA teams will play in CAHA's AA league at each age level. The CAHA season will start in January and there will be 3 CAHA weekends where each team will play 11 games. The 2-flight system is gone. Also being eliminated are playdowns. So the state playoffs are just the top 4 teams from league play. Why is CAHA doing this? There are just too many declared AA teams, and that number seems to grow each season, defying logic. CAHA has tried to curtail this unwarranted expansion with mixed results. The top 12 league will provide a very competitive and balanced league by reducing the number of teams. How will the 12 teams be determined? The answer is a bit involved and explained better with an example. So let's say after tryouts in June, there are 20 teams in California that declared AA at an age level. 12 of those teams will go on to play AA hockey in CAHA's AA League, while 8 teams will not. The 20 teams need to play each other during the preseason in order to earn a spot in the top 12. The preseason will start in September. With some magic, the 20 teams will be divided into 2 even buckets, meaning each bucket or bracket should have an equal number of strong teams. The magic I was referring to is where CAHA makes informed placements of each team into each bucket. After the buckets have been determined, the rest is up to the teams to execute on the ice. There will be 3 weekends of preseason games. In November, after 3 months of preseason games, the teams will be ranked by points. The top 4 teams from each bucket will automatically advance to CAHA's AA League in January. So that's 8 teams out of 12 possible. This leaves 4 remaining slots. Since there are more than 8 teams remaining in this example, the bottom 2, again this is just an example, would be eliminated, leaving the middle 4 teams in each bucket. So now we're left with 8 teams total. So in December, the remaining 8 teams will play in a play-in format, kind of like our playdowns from previous years. That tournament will determine the last 4 teams that will move on to the top 12 in January. The bottom 4 teams are eliminated. What happens to the eliminated teams? They will not play in CAHA's AA League, and CAHA has nothing for them. There is no league for them. There is no flights. They are left to their own devices to find games for the rest of the season. So, this makes choosing your future AA team like a strategic gamble. You need to assess your future AA team if they have enough horsepower to make it into that top 12. We of course hope that you'll choose GSE. If history is any indication of future performance, to date 96% of all GSE teams have been in CAHA's top 12. CAHA Selects is the process of selecting the top 14 through 16-year-old players in California. 2 such players are in our club. Congrats goes to forward Noah Tano from our 16U combo team and defensewoman Lucy Tenenbaum from our 14-2 team for both making CAHA Selects. They will move on to the Pacific District Selects to compete against the best players from Alaska, Washington, Oregon, and Nevada. Good luck to Noah and Lucy. Dalton Garcia was playing for the EHL's Walpole Express. The team made it to playoffs, but they were eliminated just recently. Dalton has 12 points for the season, and next season he'll be playing NCAA D3 hockey for Fredona State, where another GSE alumni, Jasper Corcian Barley, is graduating this year. Jack Hansen plays for the USPHL's Islanders Hockey Club. They too were just eliminated from playoffs. Jack earned 24 points last season. And playing for the USPHL's Ogden Mustangs, we have two GSE alumni. Forward Cade Herrera and defenseman Devin Boldway finished a great season. Cade had 57 points and Devin had 33. Zach Dill played for the Charlotte Rush that won the national championship. Congrats to Zach. Zach contributed 51 points to the team during the season. Ben Beester is playing for the NAHL's Danbury Junior Hat-Tricks. Their season is still going on, although they've had some starts and stops due to COVID. Good luck to Ben and the Junior Hat-Tricks for the remainder of the season. Ben's brother Joey is on our 16U combo team. If you have some information about an alumni playing higher levels of hockey or some significant achievement, please send me a note. That's all we have for you now. Stay tuned for updates about our pre-tryout clinics, the tryouts themselves, and more information about next season. Also, think good thoughts for our 14-2 and our 16U teams as they compete at states. Stay healthy, have fun, and thanks for watching.